Well, you might ask indeed. Where's he gone? Come back. What's up? Right, so look, if we take one of the many free Stadia offers that I've seen around. So, for example, I think the old ROG phone, for example, there's a brand new phone that's come out and it's got 3 months free Pro Stadia. What happens if I've already got a subscription?
Okay, that is going to depend on the deal, but at this moment in time, it looks like let's call it you can stack it on top. The 3 month deals. That means if you've already got a Stadia subscription, these get added to them. So if you're subscribed now until the end of August, it will be you're now subscribed to the end of September, end of November. So that's called stacking on top of it. So that looks like it's going to happen for these 3 month deals for the Chrome,
Ah,
the phones, and I know for the Chrome books that is what is happening, that they are getting stacked on top of the offers. The Chromebook offer, I think, looks like it's only US only at the moment, but it may come over to the UK as well.
so what happens if I buy a Chromebook and get my 3 months, and I buy an ROG phone that comes with 3 months as well?
I think it should allow you to get 6 months then of Stadia Pro for free.
Cripes. So it's a bit like those coupons. You just go around and collect all the coupons, end up with a couple of years worth of Stadia Pro subscription for free.
Yeah. See, this is a big thing for Xbox going into the next generation. A lot of people dived into these sort of deals for Xbox. So they've got like 3, 4, 5 years worth of Xbox Ultimate because of the £1 they got it stacked, and it was just they're sorted for the next
Yeah.
number of years. So it's this is a commonplace sort of thing, but I wouldn't go out just to buy a Chromebook to get the 3 months. If you get it, it's going to be like a bonus
Yeah.
because it may drop off.
However, having said that, if you are in the market for a new laptop, netbook, Chromebooks are really good these days. I mean, they've really beefed them up, haven't they? And to get 3 months worth, I know on paper it's only $30 or £27 or whatever it is, but the value that you get in terms of, I mean, just the value. I think someone said the other day. I mean, we'll come on to it in a second, but Strange Brigade, if you buy it today, I won't say the number because it's eye-watering. As a non-pro subscriber versus getting it for free, you could almost pay for your Chromebook if that's your thing, just by simply getting the 3 months worth of a Stadia and claiming the hundreds of dollars worth of games.
Yeah. Uh, for me personally, the Pro, if it's a bit like Amazon Prime, it's just you have to just buy it. It just the value there is just unreal. If you use a couple of things on Amazon, you do it, but for the Pro deal or the Pro membership for Stadia, I use it for the 4K. I
Mm,
get it the free games. I get the Stadia Pro discounts. It just makes sense to actually have the Pro subscription. Uh, I think that they're not forcing you to get it, but they're just because of the value proposition of it. It just makes sense for £9 a month. It's an absolute no brainer to just get
yeah.
that. Where the guts of 30 games you get if you just sign up now. 30 games for £9. I know
Yeah.
not all the games you'll like all the games, but most of the games that you'll be, or there'll be at least a load of games you will play.
If I was to come up to your door in that beautiful northern island of Northern Ireland that you live, and I said, Duncan, look, I've got a big box. It's a console of your choice. Here you go, my friend. Oh, plus here's 30 games that you can play. For 3 months, you can have all this for 3 months, and I'm only going to charge you £26. I mean, you'd bite my arm off, wouldn't you?
Right.
I
And
mean, it's a free console for cripe's sake.
yeah,
You're paying for games that if you went out and bought them independently would cost you hundreds of pounds. It's kind of a no-brainer for me, but hey, that's me. I'm bought in, aren't I?
yeah. And I believe we're going to start to see more and more titles go into it as well, so-called bigger titles.
Mm.
we're just at a stage where Stadia is still building up the numbers of games, but this next number of months, you can just see the amount of AAA or big games coming to Stadia is just increasing massively.
Yeah.
And it's what happens there as the library increases. It means more games can go into the Pro membership, which will be bigger because it's just how the ecosystem evolves. The more games are on the system, more options for it. So, if you're not a Pro subscriber, I thoroughly recommend that you do, just for all the stuff you get with it.
Yeah, and I know we're going to be accused of being, free salespeople, but ultimately we feel that way. I mean, we wouldn't be putting a show like this together if we didn't think this was the perfect solution for people that just want to dip in and play games from time to time and not invest in, ever decreasing value hardware and games that you're going to have gathering dust on the shelf behind you in no time at all.
Yeah, just one more thing about being an ever evolving platform. Games are ever evolving as well. I recommend that everybody picks up every single Pro game because you never know what will happen in the future.
Yeah.
If one of these games could have a massive update, completely changes the game, and there you go, you can just jump in and play it again. And you never know. I know my gaming tastes have changed over the years.
Mm.
So some of these games may not appeal to you now, but you actually don't know how you would actually feel down the line as well. So just pick up every single game. Because it's on Stadia, if you just change your mind, you can just jump in and start playing. You don't have to download it or anything.
That's actually a really good point because one of the very early games, Samurai Showdown, which not my cup of tea. I'm not a sort of button mashing slash 'em up, but I know that there's an update coming to that soon that I think is going to be free to Pro subscribers. And it's quite a big update as well. So if you hadn't claimed that game when it was available to claim, I don't think you can currently claim it. So that is a bonus. And you're absolutely right as well, Duncan. The amount of games that I've played, because they're there to, I've claimed them and I've thought, well, I don't know, and I've played them and I've had an absolute ball, like West of Loathing. There's a ton of games that you look at it and think, oh, it's not for me. And then you play it and think, well, that's completely turned my views upside down and on their head. So definitely worth claiming them. I know at the moment, it has to be said, it is difficult if you've got a Chromecast Ultra. You do end up scrolling forever to see your list of games, but we think that's going to change. We think that'll be updated in the near future. So definitely claim those games if you do have a Pro subscription. And don't forget as well, even if you cancel or suspend your Pro account for whatever reason, you've had your fill of gaming for a while, and that's fair, that happens. Let's say you come back in 12 months' time, your games will still be in your library when you resubscribe, and you'll still be able to play from the point that you last played them. So, that's worth claiming them just on that basis alone, I think.
And Samurai Showdown is adding a new character for free as well.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, so it's again, the game I will come back to, and you're going to maybe think this is a bit stupid, is Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is a Pro game now. That constantly updates, has seasons and all that. You may just think, I don't want to do this. It's not appealing to me. But then if you were an Xbox, you would probably delete the game because it's over 100 gig now, which is massive. But with Stadia, you can just jump straight back in. And I know a lot of people will be wanting to get back into Destiny 2 when the new expansion comes out. So Stadia is safeguarding you for your future, and you can just sit back and just play the games. Regarding the price of games, Cloudy's question, or Happy Cloud Gamers question.
So do you want to just read the question out?
Yeah. I want to ask something on opinions. Stadia Pro games are mostly old games, and I think these games don't cost Stadia anything to have. My question is, what do you think the price on games? I think the price on games on Stadia is absolutely fair. And even though may come off a bit strange because there's a lot of older games on the
Hmm.
platform. A lot of these older games are the same price, if not cheaper, than they are on Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah.
I know from just having to look at the prices of games on the game sales prices over here in the UK, the sale prices are nearly deeper or more. We get bigger discounts on Stadia than we do on the console game sales.
Mm.
So, yes, the game prices do look high if you're just looking at them because they're older games and all that, but they're actually the same price or in the ballpark of the other consoles.
Yeah, and if you think about it, Duncan, we're now where are we? Month 10, I think, since Stadia launched. The first 2 months we got as part of the founders package, so we've paid for 8 months. Let's call it dollars, so that's $80. If you'd have paid for Destiny 2 and the season packages that we've had, you would have actually spent more than that. So just that one game alone, if you were into Destiny, and by the way, I was a huge and still am a huge Destiny fan, so I would have paid for those seasons. That was one of the reasons that I actually was attracted to to Stadia in the first place, was the fact that I knew I could get the seasons and I could play it wherever I wanted, and that it would be approximating the PC experience. So, it ticked a lot of boxes for me. So I think you've got to kind of look at it in the round ultimately and see the value. Of course, if you've never claimed a game that you've played, or you've never liked any of the games that you've claimed, then fair point. Maybe it's not for you. But I think certainly for people like us who haven't got a huge amount of time, that want to be very selective about what they play, and have some games they can just jump in and play wherever they want, in the spare bedroom or in the car or whatever, not driving, pulled in, then it's perfect for that. That's kind of where I'm coming to, I guess.
Yeah.
Great, brilliant, wonderful. Let's shuffle along.